Hello all. In today's video I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people are kind of overlooking with Galbrena, however you pronounce her name, right? Now the reason I want to talk about this is I am someone who just pulled Brant, and because I pulled Brant, I do plan to pull Lupa, because I want to run Hypercarry Brant with my S2 SK, as Brant looks like a pretty fun character, right? I decided to skip Cartethia for him. However, things may change for my Hypercarry Brant team given Galbrena's potential. Now the reason for this is one, Galbrena is leaked to be a fusion character, and this actually does make complete sense because she recently had her preview drip market, and in the video preview it shows blue flames kinda swinging around. So this likely implies this is going to be a fusion character with blue flames, right? And I do think that this will be a fusion main DPS. It just makes sense, right? I'm gonna be honest, we do have technically the full mono fusion team in the game currently. However, the problem with the mono fusion team is that no one is the main DPS. Even if you call Chang Li the so-called main DPS in a Brant Lupa team, Brant is keeping his own weight at damn near the same level of damage output as Chang Li while being the sustain of the team, right? And so this has led to me believing that there wasn't really much hope for this fusion team. It's kind of a high cost premium team that, although is strong, don't get me wrong, there's no main DPS to really take full advantage of Lupa's buffs and having Brant as a sustain. But with Galbrena, this could completely change. We just got a limited gunner who was a sub DPS support character, so this lines up with the next limited gunner who could very easily be another DPS like Carlotta, and this would be nice as Lupa is basically a completely support based character. She of course can do a little bit of damage herself, but she's mainly there for her support capabilities. For example, Lupa's Resonance Liberation gives her Pack Hunt and Glory effects. Pack Hunt increases all teammates' damage by 6%, and when the active character uses an intro skill, the bonus increases by another 6, stacking up to a total of 18%. So you can get a total of 18% all team damage bonus here. Then Glory allows all teammates to ignore 3 to 9% fusion resistance, and depending on the number of fusion resonators, depending on the number of fusion resonators in the team. So in a mono fusion team, you get 9% res shred, and then if you have the perfect 3 fusion characters on a team, they will ignore an additional 6% fusion res. So far we have 18% team-wide damage bonus, we have 15% fusion res, and her outro skill is a plus 20% fusion buff and a plus 25% basic attack buff, right? And then we also have her Echo set that's coming in 2.4, which after Lupa casts her Resonance Liberation, increased the fusion damage of resonators in the team by 15%. And her signature weapon, surprise, surprise, gives a team-wide buff of 24% damage bonus. So you can tell Lupa is extremely support-oriented. She has very good buffs for mono fusion teams. However, there isn't really anyone to take full advantage of this kit, as there is no fusion main DPS in the game. I was talking with my chat on stream today, and someone I was talking to thought that Galbrena might be a fusion doc character, meant as either a DPS or a teammate for going into version 3 with the fusion dot. However, I truly don't think so, and I actually think it kind of lines up as well, because if you really think about it, right, we have Lupa in 2.4. Right, we have Lupa in 2.4, then Galbrena is currently leaked for 2.7. It's a 3-patch difference. This is the exact same difference between Canarella and Prolova, right? And so maybe this doesn't actually mean anything, but personally I think it does, especially with there being no fusion main DPS. It just makes perfect sense for Lupa with all these mono fusion buffs, and Brant being there as a perfect sustain for a mono fusion team, for us to finally get a main fusion DPS that will take full advantage of this team. And I'm personally excited because even before I even started thinking about something like this, I'd already decided that Chisa and Galbrena were the main two characters I would guaranteed pull on my account from all of the characters who were drip marketed. Galbrena, I mean, she's a limited gunner. I'm a sucker for gunner characters, but also blue flames, and she has a really cool design with her arm and stuff. I just think she's badass in general, right? And so I'm excited. Let me know if you guys are excited and if you agree with me. Do you guys think this could be a fusion doc character or a support character? I personally don't think so. Once again, we just got a support limited gunner being Chacona. I could very easily see the next limited gunner being again a DPS, and it lines up perfectly with Lupa. Lupa giving all of these buffs, yet it being kind of wasted running Changli as the main DPS. It would make perfect sense for Galbrena to come in and take full advantage of the Lupa Brant team. But that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, and at the end of the day, this is just a theory, a game theory. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.